I overcame one of my biggest fears today, and I have never felt this kind of relief, at least in a long time. And I've been recently going through a little something, and I recorded that video. I'll link it down below if I remember. Anyways, by the way, that's the heater in the background. It's fucking cold, so yeah. But I have recently been really analyzing and had a mental breakdown about my crooked jaw and how it makes me feel not pretty, and how I've had braces for so long, and how surgeons don't know what to do. Anyways, a lot has happened, and I did something today that has always really scared me and has been one of my greatest fears, which is opening up to a person. And yes, I know you're a person, but it's easier to talk to a camera for me for some reason. And what's interesting about that is that I always thought that my crooked jaw represented how I would always mask my opinions and just myself and not show my authentic self to other people and in crowds and stuff. And how I wouldn't open my mouth, like I wouldn't talk or say my opinion or even express my feelings, like I would hide all of that. So that's what my crooked jaw represented, and today I did the opposite of that. So I think that it's very aligned and really cool how that happened. Almost coincidental, but I don't believe in coincidences. So today I got out of bed. It was very hard to do so. I haven't felt this way in a long time. It was really hard to get out of bed. Like, first of all, I was on my phone for first of all, I was supposed to go to the gym, and I had woken up early, and I had set my alarm for 6:15, and I didn't want to fucking get up at 6:15, so I was dreading it, but I was like, no, like, time moves slowly, like, I'll get to rest longer in my bed, like, I was just half asleep. And then my alarm went off, and I was like, oh fuck. So then I got dressed to go to the gym. It took me 15 minutes to get out of bed and get dressed, and it was 6:30, and I went downstairs, and my sister was like, I actually don't want to go to the gym, I want to do my workout at home. So I was like, ow, really cool that you didn't tell me that. So then right away I went back into my bed, which is crazy. That's never been a thing for me, unless I'm extremely sad and overwhelmed, which I was. So then I went back to bed, and I don't know what I did. I think I scrolled just to distract myself, and then I had to get ready for work. It was like an hour and a half later, and I finally got up because I had to, and I went on the toilet, started singing one of my favorite songs, and didn't finish the verse because I started profusively crying. I don't know if profusively is a word, but what I mean by that is tears were shooting out of my eyes. Okay, they weren't dripping, they were flooding. Okay, I was like, ow, okay. Really cool. So then guess what? I called in to work because I was an emotional wreck today. I could not stop crying. I called my mom, but she was low-key busy at work, so then I couldn't talk to her. And I was like, oh, okay. And my sister left, so I was home alone. And I was just profusively crying. Like, my eyes are dry now. I don't know if that makes sense, but like my eyes feel so fucking dry. And I think maybe it's because like I cried too much. Like, I shed a lot of snot and tears today. Like, my eyes are too dry now because there's no more liquid in them. And my nose has never been so clear. Like, I cleared these funnels right here. So, not me joking now. I'm back in a joking mood. That's good. But I was not feeling it this morning. Actually, the opposite of that. I was feeling it this morning. And then something told me to contact my friend. And I've been friends with this person since elementary school. Okay? I've known this person for a long time, and we've been best friends for a long time. But the thing with me is that I didn't share a lot with this person or with anyone that I went to school with. I only shared my actual passions like reality shifting and manifesting with my family, and only shared my YouTube channel and TikTok with my family. And I didn't even share it with my best friend from school because I was scared that they were gonna judge me. And I was like, oh my god. Anyways, so and that's another thing, like, I didn't mask my whole being, but I masked a lot. You know what I mean? Like, I was still kind of like same humor, you know? Like, I still was me, but I wasn't fully me. You know, like, there was so much that my friend didn't know about me. And we've been friends for how many fucking years? And I just didn't tell her because I was so scared of people judging me, including her, which is crazy. But it made sense in my head before. So I invited my friend over because I had no one else to talk to, and I knew they weren't working. So I invited her over, and she said yes. And when I tell you, the whole time I was so nervous. Oh fuck, my battery's at 20%. I don't know if it'll stop the video if I plug it in. No, it doesn't. Okay. And the whole wait for her to get here, I was very nervous, and that wait was like hours, okay? Like, I was nervous. I was like, because she could tell by my voice when I called her, like, I wasn't feeling it at all. And like, I literally felt like crying when I was on the phone with her. Anyways, I was terrified. I was so nervous. I had so much anxiety of her getting here, because I was like, fuck, Lauren, you should just say never mind, or you should just like ignore it. Like, I'd rather just not talk to anyone. Like, I don't want to show my feelings, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do that, because I don't do that. I have never ever done that before to my mom, okay? And one time with my sister and my other cousin. Like, I don't show my emotions unless it's like crying at a random movie that has nothing to do with me, then that's fine. But when it comes to my emotions, like, I don't. And like I said in my last video, as a Pisces, that's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy to not show your emotions, because we have so many. Not even as a Pisces, just as a fucking human, okay? As a soul. Anyways, so eventually I heard footsteps and the door opened and she was there, and I was like, so then I was like, hi, like pretending everything was fine. And then I sat down on the couch, and then she sat down beside me, and I was like, why do you have to sit beside me? I thought she was gonna like sit across from me, but now she was like beside me, facing me, and I was like, oh fuck, now I really have to tell her what's going on. Fuck. And so she like went like this, and I was like, so like what's up? And then immediately I was like, oh fuck, here come the waterfalls, Lauren. Here come the waterfalls. Now you're gonna have to cry in front of her and tell her what's going on. Tell her your true feelings, which you don't do. And this, when I tell you, this is the most terrifying thing ever. Okay, and I've ziplined the Niagara Falls. Okay, I've ziplined a lot, and I went on a plane. I've done other terrifying, much more terrifying things in theory, but this was the most terrifying thing I've ever had to fucking do. Okay, is share my feelings. My eyes are so fucking dry, oh my god. Hopefully I cry again so that I can, like, wet them up. Anyways. It feels like crusty, like when I go close them, it's like... Anyways, sound effects. And I was so scared, but I was like, in the moment, I was like, okay. This is where I start a new beginning. This is where I start a new beginning. Because 19 years of my life has been hiding my feelings and hiding my emotions, and that's just not going to work anymore, because then once I hide them, it overflows like it is now. And then I have a mental breakdown. So that's not going to work for me anymore. And it makes me not close to people because I'm like, oh my god. And she takes something with psychology. Anyways, she was like, you're like avoidant attachment style. And I was like, oh my god, I so am. Like, I just avoid and separate myself because I don't want to be judged. Anyways, if you know what that is and you feel like it, please explain it in the comments, because I would love to learn more. But I remember I saw the definition on TikTok or something, and I was like, oh my god, that's me. What the fuck? Anyways, so I started my sentence talking to her. I was like, you know, just like my jaw, and then I started, and I was like, oh no, I'm gonna cry. And then she was like, it's okay. She's such a good therapist, by the way. What the fuck? I was always the therapist friend. Okay, but if you're the therapist friend, you know that you never get therapy back. Okay, you know. But this time, it was my first time having a therapy session with my friend about me, you know? And I was like, whoa. Anyways, she was like, it's okay to cry. And then, of course, I start crying, and I can't talk, obviously. And then I was like, I just don't feel pretty, you know? Yeah, because it's crooked, and like my bite is right. And then I explained it to her, and then she was like, well, first of all, obviously you know that's not true, that it makes you not pretty. Obviously you know that. And then she just talked me through it and said, yeah, you know, life just sucks sometimes, but we all have something that sometimes we can't really change. And then she just talked me through it, and it's so weird to me. Like, I felt seen, and I'm not used to that. I'm so used to, I think, healing other people, because I love helping people. Okay, like if someone has to cry, like I love hugging people and just making people feel seen and not left out and not alone, you know? And that's why I share shit like this. But doing that all my life and not ever really putting any attention on me, or not letting anybody in to do it to me. It's not that these people were assholes not caring about me. It's that I wouldn't let them, you know? It's like if someone asks you that you're fine and you say you're okay or you're fine, but you're not fine, you know? You can literally say, no, I want to talk about it. You know what I mean? And I was just always the person that was like, I'm okay. No. And I was so good at hiding my emotions and just being so neutral. Literally a fucking robot. But anyways. And that's like today was so overwhelming, but it ended up being so good. And I just cried like at the beginning, and then we just started talking, and then she made me laugh because she's so fucking funny. I love her. And then we watched Shane Dawson. we watched his old videos because he used to always watch that, like, in 9th grade. Like, those conspiracy videos. Hey, what's up, you guys? Yeah, with his eyebrows, like, yeah. And it was so much fun. And genuinely, at the end, when I said bye, I hugged her and I said, I love you. And I genuinely meant it. And I was always a friend that was like, your friend would leave and say, I love you, and I would like joke around and not say it back, you know, because it was cringe, whatever. But today I genuinely said, I love you. Like, thank you for doing that. And I'm gonna have to text her later, because I don't know if she knows how much that meant to me. But it meant a lot, what she did. And I literally, like, I cried in front of her, which I never did. I don't think I've ever cried in front of her before. I don't think I have, but maybe I did, but I don't think so. And I've known her for how many fucking years, like, seriously. And I told her my biggest insecurities, and I told her, like, that I think that's why I don't date, because it's like, I don't want to show people my flaws. And I also told her how I'm so passionate about YouTube, because I more recently told her that I'm doing YouTube and stuff, and she was like, oh my god, that's so cool. And I was like, oh, you're not gonna judge me? That's kind of weird, what the fuck? Anyways, because I'm always assuming. And she was just so accepting and did not judge me whatsoever. Like, no judgment. And I have never felt more seen and never felt more genuine connection to her before. Like, that's crazy. And I could have had that years ago, but I was just too scared to open up to someone that wasn't my mom. Like, literally, that's the only person I ever talked to, was my mom. And the camera, you guys. But I was just thinking about that while I was brushing my teeth. I was like, oh my god, I literally, like, just overcame my biggest demon ever. Like, I literally cried in front of my friend of, like, I don't know how many years, over 10 years. And that's fucking crazy to me. That's insane to me. That is character development. I'm starting 2026 off very strong, okay? Like, that's fucking insane that I did that. I can't believe I did that. And it was just so, like, out of the blue. Like, I was just like, oh, she's gonna be leaving soon, so I should hang out with her. And then I was like, yeah, I have no one else to talk to, so I might as well just say fuck it and cry in front of her. And she was so good. Like, I'm gonna have to text her later, because what she did today means so much to me. Literally so much to me. And another thing is I posted 2 TikToks about my draw, and also a YouTube video before this one, probably. And I'm overwhelmed, honestly, in the best way possible. I was reading comments on that. First of all, I was going through the comments on YouTube, and replying to them, and I was like, when does this end? And then I went like that, and it still wasn't ending. I was like, oh my god, how many people are commenting? And then I even got comments from people who are like, I usually don't comment on things, I'm very shy on social media, but I really feel the need to tell you this. And I was like, oh my god, what an honor. And some other people said how they think that it's so cool that and so brave that I recorded myself going through that and going through whatever's going on right now, and that it's really nice to see someone who they idolize not be perfect. And I was like, whoa, hold the phone. idolize me? That's fucking crazy to me. That's fucking crazy to me. And there was this 34-year-old who commented and was like, oh, I wish I remembered the word. They were so amazed with how I'm so young and I think a certain way, or I'm so emotionally aware, or something like that. And that's crazy to me too. I love seeing so many different perspectives on it, and then so many people who are like saying their stories and their insecurities, and some of them even said how I helped them overcome their insecurities and embrace their insecurities, which is phenomenal. That makes me so proud of myself. And damn, like, I'm gonna have to answer a lot of motherfucking comments, and they're all huge paragraphs, and I love that because it's other people telling their stories, and it's just so heartwarming to see other people comfort me and make me feel seen, just like my friend did today. Like, I look through those comments and it gives me the same feeling that my friend gave me today. Like, I feel so seen and overwhelmingly, what's that word? Warm. Like, and connected, which is really nice. And I am still a little bit emotional. I didn't go to the gym today. I ate chocolate today. I made sure to eat. Oh, and I did look in the mirror today. I didn't smile because I was about to, but then it didn't feel right. So I just looked at myself in the mirror today. And I was like, you know what? Yeah. It was probably the first time I looked in the mirror and didn't see an expectation but a human. That makes me want to cry. I saw a woman who's just trying to fucking live her life and who's just herself. Like, I'm literally just skin and bones. Why does it matter? And I even searched up like asymmetrical faces and mandibular hyperplasia and shit like that, because that's like something that I have. I don't know. And I found so many people on TikTok, beautiful people on TikTok, just embracing it. And I was like, oh my god, like, why didn't I do this sooner? There's so many other people with what I have, and just seeing it and how unique their style is, and they're still popping their motherfucking pussy, and I'm just like, damn, that's just me. Like, and just seeing that really made me feel like it's not that big of a deal. This awakening, whatever the fuck the universe is doing to me right now, it's making me take beauty less seriously. And I love that. I love that. And I think that I'm gonna be showing more real parts of myself and not feeling like I need to wear makeup when I record videos or go out in public. Like, I don't know. Oh yeah, and I wanted to mention how I think I always found or held beauty at a very high importance, because when I was a kid, I was athletic, I was tall and skinny and flat ass, flat chest, because I didn't hit puberty yet, but anyways, and I was tall and pretty, like society standard pretty, so I didn't really have a big crooked jaw yet. So my face looked pretty symmetrical, okay? And I remember everyone, like women, okay, not everyone, women older than me, like my mom's age, used to be like, oh, you should be a model, because I was tall and skinny and pretty. You should be a model, the boys are gonna be so obsessed with you, you're gonna get so many boys in school. And they just would always compliment me because I was tall and skinny. And you know, especially my mom's generation, like, they are so, well, I don't want to generalize. A lot of my mother's generation are very, very insecure and hold beauty and especially weight at a very high importance, trigger warning, at a very high standard, like very high. And so, and I don't think, as someone who lived through it, I don't think it's really okay to tell that to a kid. Like, when I was a kid, I feel like I shouldn't have given a fuck on beauty. Oh, Betsy's barking. At what? We don't know. But she agrees with me. Maybe that's why she's barking. I feel like we shouldn't tell that to kids. Like, oh, you're gonna get all the boys, you're so pretty. But like, I don't know. Because I feel like it low-key like inflated my ego. But then when boys were recognizing girls, they wouldn't recognize me. Because contrary to what the older women said, they said that I was flat in the ass and the chest. I had a pretty face, but body was mid, you know? I didn't have a big enough butt, you know, because 10-year-olds are supposed to have boobs and hips and an ass, right? So, and the boys, I was taller than them. Like, I could literally take you, bitch. I can beat you the fuck up right now. Just trying to make myself laugh, okay? But, yeah, so then I kind of had held beauty at such a high standard. I always wanted to be that bitch who men almost like yearned for, I guess, in a sense. Like, I always wanted to be desired by men because I seek that validation, because I didn't get it when I felt I was supposed to, because all those women said, you should be a model. And models are traditionally these beautiful, slim women who get all the men because they're models. Yeah, fuck you, women. That is not what I got. Okay, I got trauma from that. Thank you. Anyways, so I think that's why I low-key still hold, but I'm going through it anyways. That's why I low-key still hold beauty at such a high standard, because I don't know, I was like trained on it. Like, Lauren, I identified as being this beautiful, ethereal woman when I was older, like this age, when I was younger. And I would get all the men, they would double take me, you know, just that like Barbie fantasy almost. And I didn't get that. Instead I got a crooked ass jaw, which is not society's standard, you know? And yeah, so that's my trauma. My hip just cracked, in case you didn't hear that. That was my hip. Oh, this is my workout routine vision board, by the way. I'm doing it in a healthy way. This is an unachievable waist, by the way, if you saw that. Okay, trigger warning, first of all. That's unachievable. I just did that because when I was making that vision board, in my mind, if I do like it exaggeratedly and unrealistically, it'll like manifest the most realistic results. Anyways, I don't know. And Boa Hancock is my inspo because I love Boa Hancock. Okay, I think for obvious reasons, she reminds me of Aphrodite, and I love Aphrodite. So yeah. So, this was my little update. You guys are being very supportive, and you guys are literally my best friends. So, in case you wanted to be my friend, you're in. Like, I was shook reading those comments. Like, you know, everyone's always like, social media is so fake. But okay, you guys are real as fuck. I don't know what those bitches are talking about. Okay, you guys are real as fuck. Just saying. And oh, someone's there. And me and my friend, something happened there. Like, I felt like I was genuinely her friend today, in a genuine way, because I opened myself up, and I feel like that's just gonna bring me so many opportunities. Like, I feel so seen today, and I really, really need that. So even if you didn't leave a comment, even if you just watched my video, I don't care. Thank you, genuinely, because when I tell you, I've read so many comments, and I cried, obviously, for some of them, and I want to pin all of them, and I want to screenshot all of them. Okay, my storage would be full. But thank you, because as someone who always hid her emotions from literally everyone, including herself, and putting myself out there and being received like I'm being received right now, it's truly amazing, and it has literally changed my life. So don't think that you are just some random person commenting on some random person's post. You know, I'll forget it in a week. It's not. You literally changed my life, and that's end of discussion. My eyes are too dry. I can't cry right now. If they weren't so dry, you know I'd be crying right now. So, thank you. This has been really hard, and I'm still recovering from literally crying my ass off today. And I'm taking care of myself and going easy on myself. But, yeah. Thank you. I love you so much, and I appreciate you. I don't want to end the video. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed because I need to sleep. So, bye. I hope this helped you in some way. I hope I could offer you something, and because you helped me so much. Okay, I love you, bye. Hug. Yeah, hug. Okay.